a patient of mine, a very lovely lady who was a teacher, now was at that time when we first met, she still was a teacher, now she was a teacher. She had a husband with a melanoma, with a black skin cancer, and her husband died. And they had 3 small children at that time. And I was amazed about how organized this lady managed all of the tasks that she was facing, like taking care of the kids and of the household, and taking care of her husband, and taking care of hospital and doctor visits, and he was disabled because he had metastases, that kind of thing. So I thought, well, when is this lady going to break together? When is she gonna collapse? She was so strong, but then I had somehow an uneasy feeling for her because she was so cool in a way, which I thought was inadequate in a situation like that. Well, but she went through the whole situation. Her husband died, and she still was pretty doing her job and, taking care of everything. 2 years after, she started with a chronic backache. And this lasted for 20 years. And she saw specialist after specialist. She had all kinds of X-ray and CT, computer tomogram, and so forth. And she's been to clinics and hospitals, and nobody could help her. All the pain medication she didn't tolerate, she had side effects. And we saw each other again and again, and I couldn't really help her long term either, on a medical basis. And after a while, I very subtly offered her coaching, and she refused. She was kind of resistant. And there was a point in our relationship where I said, well, I'm now gonna be very offensive now. I switched to the attack mode. And I said, well, if you do not do any kind of coaching, you will not lose your back pain. And she was at a point where she said, yeah, okay, let's do it. We had a half year of coaching when she did not need any pain medication anymore. And after 3 months, the pain was gone. Basically, a thought habit that had led to her attitude when she was taking care of kids and the sick husband and his death and this situation. And later, when she seemingly had no problems with getting along with all these issues, she realized in the coaching that she was following a thought habit that had been implemented in her by her dad and his brother, that she heard something like, cannot literally repeat it now, but something like, we only love you if you are strong. We appreciate you because you are strong. So it became a habit of her to pretend that she is strong. And this was basically too much of a demand. This was nothing that she could, finally keep up to. It was not possible. And that's why she had the back pain. And this is a very interesting story, because many orthopedic surgeons and many people who deal with chronic back pain, chronic cervical neuralgias, they all feel that these patients have some psychic issues that they can't solve otherwise. And this has been shown in many, many statistics, that they all have an issue there. And this is just a beautiful example of a patient and then a coaching client who got rid of it because she understood what was in their way of getting healthy.